Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers podcast, episode 44. E3's over, and we all feel a little bit hollow. Everything's gone away now.
It's
Um,
still amazing we got all that into one episode.
yeah, yeah, that was a large episode, a very large episode. Um, so yeah, with this slow week, much slower. I'm pretty sure even if we had like a big week normally, it would still be considered slow to us just because of how much stuff we talked about for E3.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But we're back to a regular week this week, um, and we got a lot more stuff to discuss rather than just talk about as news. So we're going to get right into it. Hi, hello, hi. Thank you for listening. I'm your host, Grant, joined by the usual cohorts, Cameron, Cooper, and Alex. Mayo is still gone because he is in DC this week on vacation. So obviously he's not here, but hopefully he will be back next week again. Um, Anyway, let's get right into the show. So, starting off with the Gold Monster Hunter Stories 2 amiibo, is this a contest? I saw you share the photos.
It's it's another contest exactly like the set from Rise. It's once again at 7-Eleven, so I'm not gonna be able to get them. Thank you, Japan. Very cool.
Just go to Japan. Problem
I
solved.
can't, I'm making 13 an hour. I can't afford to go to Japan.
Just sneak on a plane. You make this complicated.
Cooper, you make this illegal.
Where am I supposed to sneak onto a plane?
You forget the old saying, nothing's illegal if you don't get caught.
Thank you,
The
Alex.
only place I'm going to be able to sneak onto a plane is going to get me killed.
Just sneak under the luggage, bro. They don't really pay attention.
What part of get me killed do you not understand?
Just be careful.
but you just told him this plan on a public podcast. So
Huh.
how would we not get caught now?
Huh.
Well,
We're
anyway,
not,
so it's a contest, Japan only.
we're not doing that. Wink, wink. There we go.
Easy fix.
Get out of here.
I mean, that's literally the amount of
Fired.
effort most politicians put into saying they're not going to do it. So can't
Wink,
shame them
wink,
too much.
nudge,
Yeah.
nudge.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Here's $5,000 if you shut up. So what do you have to do to win? Like, what's the contest?
I think it's like I I honestly don't know. You know why? Because I stopped caring after I saw that I couldn't get them. It's quite sad.
We don't believe you.
You're right. I'm buying a second set to Pam Gold.
And
We've
like,
seen how that turns out. It's okay.
if you put like even the slightest bit more effort into it than I did, though, it would probably turn out much better.
It won't turn out bronze,
Um,
and that's an upgrade.
yeah. Well, what we do know is that you won't have them. So
This is true.
the not 100% amiibo collector role will stay strong and steadfast.
True.
Or who knows, maybe one day. If Scott the Woz doesn't get him first. So on to a little bit of follow up with E3. I found this interesting because I thought it would be interesting to discuss. So in an interview with Doug Bowser, he said that they're planning to redefine the life cycle of a console with the Switch. And I thought that would be interesting to discuss because it's already pretty apparent that's happening because most Nintendo consoles have a lifespan of about 5 years, and we are at year 5. And obviously nothing new in sight. So the first discussion point, I guess, then, is how long do you think this is going to go?
least, well, it was gonna be 7, but I think they made way more money than they were expecting.
So
Because they
Especially
hinted
after
at
Animal Crossing.
7, like, at the beginning of the Switch, that they wanted somewhere around that amount of time.
PS4 and Xbox One is 7 if you count the life cycle from console launch to console launch. Now, technically, it's longer because they're still supporting those platforms at least through this year,
That's
if
true.
not through next year, because that stuff came out before about how the new God of War and Gran Turismo 7 is going to be on the PS4 as well. So they're supporting those for several more years, which seems like is going to become the norm. Because they also did that with the previous gen. Like for a couple of years, they still made 360 and PS3 games. So if 7 years launch to launch, possibly 9 to 10 years, including support for software. Like they say, redefine what a console life cycle looks like, not like what a Nintendo life cycle looks like. Because
I think it will go on for a while, and then instead of them
But
upgrading to a Switch, like they'll wait. Like everyone's like, "Oh, Switch Pro's coming out this year." I don't think so. I
but
think
hear me out. Hear
that
me out.
will be it, but they'll use it like the PS4, where it's like, "Oh, there's nothing exclusive, but you can get some."
Better.
Yeah, it will run better,
I feel like by the time that they
like
can
the Pro.
actually produce whatever the Switch Pro ends up being called, it'll be significantly cheaper. People will complain that it's underpowered by what the standard is at that point, but it's not going to be outrageous.
I mean, I think they're gonna base it more off off their handheld ones, because like the DS lasted 7 years from launch of it to the launch of the 3DS, and you could still play every single
and
DS game on the 3DS.
3DS was 6, right? But like 7 to 8ish if you include software support, because they supported it through the first year of the Switch.
They did indeed.
Yeah, and at list release, I want to say Q2 in 2019, or maybe like July of 2019, because they'd already finished it, but they were like, "Oh, we won't dub it, but it's done. Might as well get money."
Yeah. Um, I just I don't know, because like if you're redefining what a console, like if you take console as not just Nintendo but all console life cycles, like or redefine that, maybe it's a continuing brand. Like maybe they push 7 years without a refresh, because the PS4, Xbox One did 7 years launch to launch, including a mid-gen refresh.
True, but I
So
think third parties are already starting to slow down, because they can't run the
Your games, yeah.
their big new games. Yeah.
I mean, because what was something at E3 was announced for like streaming, right?
Yeah,
what
but
was
they
that?
usually announce things for
Guardians of the
streaming.
Galaxy.
Like, and let's be fair here, Square is pretty lenient when it comes to Nintendo. Like, if Square's having to be like, oh, we
Uh-huh.
gotta let you stream it, it's
Guardians is different. I promise you, if it's like the Marvel one, it's not all
worth
that
it.
optimized. No.
So if they go 7 years, let's say, or even 6 years without a refresh, because
Yeah.
this would be the time if they were following trends, and when I say trends, I mean the previous generation. This would be the year to do a refresh. 5 years, because that's what PS4 did. No, that's what PS4 did, a 4 year refresh, because theirs came out in 2016, didn't it?
Yeah,
And
I
then
think so. The Pro is very fast.
and the One X was 2017. So they did 5 years. PS4 did 4 years. So let's say 4ish, 5ish. Well, we're already past 4 years, so 5 years would
Yeah.
be right now. So what? A
But
6
when
year
did
possible
Nintendo do
refresh?
the refresh for the 3DS?
3 years, right? 3DS came out in 2011, and then the new 3DS came out in like 2014.
Did it?
Yeah, I know it makes you feel a little old, but it's true because I
Yeah,
remember
'cause
I
I
remember
have
watching
an
the announcement.
XL.
Alex does have an XL because because XY came out in 2013.
Yeah, the new 3DS launched in 2014, and I remember that because they announced it in like mid late January, and I was in class in high school, but it was a computer lab class, so I could like do all my work and then just goof around all day, you know? And that's
Yeah.
basically what I was doing. And so I got to watch the Nintendo Direct when they unveiled it, and I was like shaking in my seat hype, but I couldn't say anything because one, I was friends with the ones in that class. Two, you have to be quiet. Three, I shouldn't have been watching the Direct. So I'm just like shaking in my seat with excitement, and I was able to, uh, yeah, because the Majora's Mask one went up, and the Monster Hunter one went up that day, and the Majora's Mask one sold out like instantly, obviously, and the Monster Hunter one was still up, and my birthday was in like 2 weeks, so I was like, hey, can I just ask for this for my birthday, like the pre-order? So I remember doing that. That's a good story. So yeah, it came out in 2014. 3 years is quick for a refresh.
That's very true. But
No, hold on. It came out in
your story.
Wait.
What?
What do you mean?
No, yeah, no. I think he's right. I think the
No,
small one
it's
did come out.
2015. I just
Is
looked
it?
it up. Yeah.
Was it? I think it was
The
announced in
the
2014.
new Nintendo 3DS XL was released February 13th, 2015.
Yeah, guess when
With
Grant's birthday is.
the smaller one being released in September
Which September?
of 2015.
So 4 years, but then that makes it
Yeah.
basically 2 years before it was worthless. Or 2 years before it was replaced. Anyway, so yeah, 3 or 4 years. 4 years. So PS4 ish. When was the DSi made?
Nobody had a DSi.
2009, and the DS came out.
2004.
So that was 6 years, but that got replaced also 2 years later with the 3DS. So I
I
hope when
think
they say
that's kind of what they're trying to.
yeah, when they say redefine, they're not gonna push a refresh like right before they make a new console, i.e., 2 years.
Yeah, there's no way. Like Nintendo does a lot of stupid things, but they're not gonna waste money like that.
Well, they have for several
We
generations.
just talked
so
about
we'll
them
see.
doing it.
I was gonna say they've done it for like 2 or 3 generations now, so we'll see.
Like with how popular the Switch is, though, I don't think they're gonna just do like a bigger upgrade. Like it would have to be like Wii to Wii Mini, where it's just they're going cheaper on everything.
We already did Switch Mini.
Yeah, exactly. So like, unless we're about to get a new system completely, would it? I don't know. Nintendo makes a lot of stupid decisions. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah, feel that. The
Every
article I was
company
reading about
does.
this interview mentioned that Bloomberg article that claimed Switch Pro, and they claimed we would like. They're claiming about when we would hear about it is wrong, obviously, as that date has passed. But the other big date was September. Like we might not hear about it until September, and obviously with hindsight of the Switch Pro not being announced, it kind of makes sense that
we wouldn't get one this year. So I'm sus of
That's
that.
true.
But maybe it's by redefining. I mean, like they do a refresh within the next year, and that refresh lasts a lot longer. That what if that refresh does another 5 years instead? So you've got a 10-year
Let
life.
us see.
Hmm.
It's just really weird wording, but it sounds like they realize they don't want to pull another Wii U. Where they were like, let's name it after a really successful one. What? People are confused.
I would hope they
if-
would have learned something.
New Switch.
Well, it's either if they do a new Switch, they want it to be compatible.
No.
That's what it
That's
means.
what it's going to be called. Their update.
Hey, speaking of updates, have they fixed that last one
Nope.
yet?
But I don't have the problem.
What's the problem?
Yeah, with the. So if you download the update, the 12 point whatever point 3, you lose the ability to download.
Well,
Potentially.
no.
Potentially. You kind of do.
You just get an error warning if you're one of the unlucky few saying you can't. Like, you can get around it, kind of.
So it just messes with your ability to download things?
Potentially,
but-
yes.
I
Very
did the update on, like 3 Switches, and none of them had the problem.
Didn't you say it was on the?
No, that's because I misread what it said.
Oh, good.
It was just updating. Because nobody had updated in a while.
Okay, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if it's like these people all hack theirs. Because where I've heard about it the most is r/Nintendo Switch, and a lot of them hack their console.
This is true.
Like, I really wouldn't be surprised if it's something related to that. Like, it could easily just be Nintendo, but also
Well, people that hack their consoles generally don't update either,
true.
because it would ruin the hack.
Yeah,
Anyway-
they typically wait, but some of them are dumb.
Anyway, I'm
And they
interested to see
complain.
what they mean by refreshed or like redefined life.
Oh,
cycle.
definitely.
We'll have to wait and see. It's a weird wording, but
Yeah.
it's kind of obvious they don't want to ditch the Switch for a new console just yet.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe, like, a lot of people are saying a refresh isn't needed right now because it's doing so well. But, like, there's another thing you could take, like, maybe it is, and that would give you another 5 years. So you could have a 10-year life cycle before you have a new launch. Like,
That
I
would
mentioned
be
earlier, it was like 10
insane.
years, including software support, but usually 7 launch to launch. But if you did 10 launch to launch, like that would be nuts. We haven't seen that since like the Game Boy, like the original Game Boy. It took like 8 or 9 years for that to be like launch to launch.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I could easily see
mean-
that's what Nintendo means. They're like, we don't want
They're-
people having to rush out every 5 years and buy a new console. And they're competing with mobile, so maybe it is what they mean.
Yeah, and maybe
Yeah, if it's just a $300 purchase, for a decade.
yeah, or maybe if they wait another year, like maybe they're waiting to see if they can get that price down to $300.
I can see that.
Because that would make the
Yeah.
Switch Pro way more enticing. If
Wait,
you could-
what?
If you could get the
If
Switch
they
Pro
keep-
down to 300 instead of the rumored $400 right now.
Like, yeah, you have to
Oh,
bump
okay.
the original Switch down, but guess what?
I,
You're gonna
I don't
phase it.
trust rumor prices, though.
Well,
They were
yeah,
all
but, like,
over the place for Microsoft and Sony's. And Bloomberg had their own. A lot of people were claiming the PS5 would cost like $1,000.
I saw mostly
Yeah.
$500.
Everyone saying 1,000 just doesn't understand how selling works.
Well, they don't realize that the companies are gonna sell at a loss. Like,
Except Nintendo.
It
Maybe.
started at a lot of highs, and then it moved down from like 7, and it stuck there for a while. Because we talked about 7 on here.
That is true.
And then it eventually, I think right before it announced the price, people were like, "Oh yeah, it will be 500. Trust us, we're right."
I mean, they were that time.
Are they?
I mean,
Broken clocks are wrong twice a day, except those without hands.
why'd you
Broken-
add that last part?
A
Because
broken
if the
clock-
clock doesn't have hands, how's it gonna be right?
Okay, Dad. Also, I'm pretty sure a broken clock is right twice a day, not wrong twice a day.
Sure.
Dad.
It's wrong every other time.
This is going nowhere. This is a
Sure,
train
I
wreck. We're
probably
moving on.
said it wrong.
We don't know what
Um,
we're doing anymore.
So, more E3 stuff. Metroid Dread. Yeah, we talked about it. Everybody knows about it. It's hotter than sliced bread, really. And,
Finally.
Yeah. So, we already talked about that, though. So, we're here to talk about scalpers. Everyone's favorite
Oh.
kind of person.
I was gonna bring up before we got to that. You can play every single Metroid game except 2 on the Wii U, and buy them there.
Quit
eShop.
pushing the Wii U. It sucks. Sorry, that was
Quit
I was
pushing
put-
the
I was
Wii U.
holding
It
that
isn't
in.
going to happen.
Well, good to know. Yeah, you can. There's a lot of virtual console stuff on the Wii.
Yeah,
You can get almost
the
all
only
Zelda
two
games
Virtual
and stuff too.
console on the Wii U is tight, though.
The only 2 you can't play on the Wii U is Samus Returns and
Which came out after it died.
Federation Force, which were
Which
both
came out after it
3DS,
died.
3DS games.
Like, does it count if the Wii U was dead before those games came out? Maybe.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Anyway, yeah. So Metroid
Dread.
Dread scalping. We talked about this during the episode because it had already started.
and it's only gotten
and-
worse since then.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gone up on Amazon yet. I was so confused because it had gone up on like Amazon UK, Amazon Japan, Amazon Germany. People were tweeting out about that. You could get the amiibo and stuff. Like if you were desperate, you could pay like $50 shipped to get it from Germany or whatever, which is a much better alternative than paying 70 to 100 to get it from a dirty scalper.
True.
So what's weird is that
And people do it.
historically speaking, Amazon, when they put that page up, people just bought it, and then, it goes up. There's a fair chance
sold
you missed
out
it.
immediately.
I can't tell if that happened or not with this one.
Probably did somewhat.
I mean,
Amazon's
yeah, but, like,
only done it right once, where they put up a page, and then when they actually sold it, they put it on a
switch
different
pages.
page.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
what was that, Corin?
Maybe they only did it
It was
once,
something
and I'm
rare.
like, why won't you do it again? Because they want it
Probably
to
because it
sell.
pissed people off.
Oh, I was gonna say because they want it to sell to scalpers.
I mean,
they don't care who it sells to.
No, but it sold regardless. Like, that's the thing. It sold regardless.
Yes,
So I don't
but with
understand their
scalpers, it
issue
sells
here.
out in a minute.
Well, it's sold out at Walmart now. I know that.
Yep.
I did see that go up and out. I'm finally past the point of checking my order every day to make sure that it's still there and not canceled. So I'm past that stage now. I haven't checked it in the past couple of days.
Yeah,
But-
so I actually ordered the one on Amazon Japan just as a precaution because I don't trust Target.
You don't trust anybody.
Yeah, you don't literally
Exactly.
don't trust anybody. You could
I trust y'all.
You could pre-order from literally me, and you'd be like, I still pre-ordered from Best Buy as well, because I don't trust Grant, even though you do. Like, you just don't trust anything. You're going to pre-order it twice no matter if it's the most trustworthy thing ever.
It could be from Nintendo, and Karen be like, "Yeah, I bought
But
another
what
one."
if they cancel it?
Well, what if they cancel both of them? You might as well. Are you gonna just what? Kill yourself? Explode?
Maybe. You don't know
slip into a time warp?
You don't know.
Become
I might.
become the subject of a paradox? So,
Yes.
yeah, we had like I said, we mentioned this in the previous episode, but holy crap! Like, this is next
Insane.
level scalping. Like,
I've never seen things go this crazy.
I didn't like this is like PS5.
Yeah,
Like, I
but
didn't
for
think
a game-
Scalpers are now in with games, so they're like, might as well anything. And
any
it pisses
special
me off.
edition,
I want them to move on to chicken nuggets,
Amogus Nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
please.
Well, they did,
Yeah.
but they're still gonna do games too.
Yeah, you know why? Because they had to work for chicken nuggets.
It doesn't look like they're doing like standard editions though. Like, you can still buy like just the game. Like, they're not gonna scalp the game.
Among Us
Not for
Nugget
now.
came up like immediately.
Well, see, the thing is, like, regular games can't be scalped. Like, they're mass continuously produced. Like,
I don't know if that's true.
special editions are one thing. That's what I guess.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is scalped though because it's old,
Is it?
which is the
Is it being scalped right now? Like, you can't buy
because
it
it's
new?
not been right.
Wait, what is?
And so is the
Xenoblade 2?
World Ends with You Final
Oh,
Man,
yeah,
because
that's
they're
true.
old and they're not being made
Wait,
anymore.
are these actually selling that much? Why? Guys, I looked it up
Because I
again.
saw some people really mad when Mithra and Pyra came out because they were like, "I want to
that's-
play the games now that they're in Smash.
Okay,
Nintendo
well-
re-release it."
Well, when I mean
Well,
scalping
I don't-
the standard edition, I mean at launch. Like,
Fair enough.
Because if it keeps getting scalped, then they're going to keep making it, right? So, like, you'll be able to
Right.
get, like, the standard edition is not really going to be a thing because they're going to keep making that. But special editions are one thing, and I just didn't think that they would take a special edition of a game and scalp it literally like the same they would scalp a new like a next gen console. Like,
I
it
mean,
is
they-
just insane.
Typically do. These are just kind of some of the highest prices I've seen in a while. Like, I'm generally surprised people want a Metroid game this bad when they don't. The best one sold 3 million, and it was Other M.
Hey, do you know what the good thing is though? All this scalping for Metroid just helps push the series further.
No, I agree with that.
Well, gaming's a different landscape than the last time a Metroid game came out on a console, on a home console anyway. And not only that, but it's the first 2D Metroid in almost 2 decades. And which
I
is
mean,
true.
it's the first new one. It's not the first one.
like it's Metroid 5. It's
right.
it's a continuation of a
was
rumored DS game from forever ago, and people have just been itching for Metroid content ever since the Switch came out because Metroid Prime 4. Like, that's been literally 5 years of hype build up for a new Metroid. So
Well,
I get that it's there, but like, it's also the scalpers just kind of predicted that a lot of people are going to be into this. And sold. I can't get over the multiplier. So normally the multiplier is like double for scalping, but this is like 3 times. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 4 times. So, cause like what, $90 for the special edition? I've seen $250, which is literally more than a Switch Lite.
Dang.
And that might be higher now. I haven't looked since I got my pre-order because I just don't want to be upset. Or like the Amiibo pack
quite
is $30. The lowest price I saw was $70. That was right when they started coming out. That was like the first post on eBay I saw, and that sold instantly. So I'm sure it's over $100 now. I'd be willing to bet.
Easy.
And what I really hate about this is now it's getting even more attention because it's being scalped, and it's bleeding into the retro market.
yeah, all Metroid games are gonna go up. That's kind of why.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was the second point I hear about Metroid Fusion. And and it's happening to all. I also didn't know that Super Metroid is like $130 average on eBay right
It's
now.
been
It's been
up
like
there,
that.
though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was like that.
Yeah,
But
I knew that.
and like
'Cause it's very popular.
and this has happened with games in the past. Like for recent examples, Animal Crossing New Horizons hype made the original, like all the other Animal Crossing games, go up in price, mainly the original. But Pikmin 3 made Pikmin 1 and 2 go up in price.
Hey Pikmin though.
No. And now with Metroid Dread, Metroid Fusion, like I've made the joke that I'm a day trader now for retro games because I put this in the Discord. I'm sure y'all saw the messages about like if you don't have Metroid Fusion, you should buy it right now. And I bought it that day for $45.
I think that makes you an inside trader.
Well, I didn't do it illegally. I didn't know about Metroid Dread before other people knew about Metroid Dread, so I'm not an inside trader.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I bought it that day that it was announced for $45, and it's over 90 now. Like literally doubled in price.
You are big brained
within the week. I mean, I guess I was just more like paranoid, and I'd wanted that game for a while, so I was like, oh. At
you
worst,
just didn't want to repeat
like,
a Chibi Robo.
Yeah, at worst, like it was just not going to change in price, but it's a game I've already wanted for a while, so whatever.
And you have money now.
And at best, what happened is exactly what I thought was going to happen. And you know, it could be even higher now. It's going to keep going up most likely until launch, or until close to launch.
And then it will sit there, and that's what makes me mad.
Yeah,
because once they're brought up, they don't go back down.
Yeah,
not for a long
very,
time.
Very true.
I'm looking at sold today, $75 sold today. New listing, posted today, sold today for $75. $100 sold, cartridge only. $80 sold. $40, but it's torn up. It's like really ugly. A bunch of new listings for reproduction cartridges. So the repro people are really getting into this. Even the Japanese version is selling for $50, and the Japanese versions of games are so cheap. Like, that's incredible. $110 sold today. $102 sold today. This is cartridge only. Don't even get me started on the complete in box. $230, $170. Like, $250.
Well, time to die.
Literally, this is
was yours complete in box?
No, I just bought the card only. I don't do complete in box cartridge games most of the time.
I mean, they're cool, but they're usually way more because it was cardboard then, and most people don't have the complete in box.
Yeah, I'm kind of like Scott the Waz is, where he said like if it's cardboard, I don't really collect it, but if it's plastic case, I need the case. I'm complete in box from Game Boy or from GameCube and DS onward. I'm complete in box pretty much. But
I mean, if I could get a complete in box for a good enough price, I'd probably buy it.
Yeah, like I have a couple random ones. I have like Dynasty Warriors Advance in the box, which is a really good game, and Pac-Man Pinball sealed in the box, which is cool to have, but it's, you know, Pac-Man Pinball. Like, ooh. I've got like some early like Explorer simulation game in the box for SNES and some other random things, but I don't really collect that in the box. But yeah, like $107.50, $80. $200 for Metroid Fusion and Metroid Zero Mission. What I like is seeing like some people spent like $75 or $80 on cartridges, and some spent like $120. I guess this is going through the day. So sold today is the earlier prices, $80, $100, $75. That is just insane, man.
I mean, if people are willing to buy it, scalpers are gonna sell it, and people will buy it because they're like, "Oh no, I've never played a Metroid game before. I need to know."
Yeah, I need to learn up. I need to refresh myself on the story, or I need to learn the story, or whatever.
I need to know. It's more like, and this happened. I can give several examples of this. Why is everybody hyped for this? I have to know. I don't want to miss out on the hype.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Yeah, that too.
Because it happens a lot with big movies like Avengers Endgame and stuff like that.
Yeah.
FOMO is a real thing, dude.
It's a different thing than FOMO, though. I guess it is FOMO, but it's kind of different. It's everybody's excited for this. I don't want to not be excited for it with everybody.
Yeah, it's a bit of fear of missing the hype. It's a bit of scalpers trying to get in on the retro market. It's a bit of collectors who've been needing the game finally using this as the excuse to get the game. All into one bit. I.e., me. It's just a big soup of different things, which is causing
And I hate it.
a Game Boy Advance game to literally sell for $90 to $100 freaking dollars. A Game Boy Advance game, card only, bro.
And yeah,
See,
a lot of Game Boy games are up there, but
Yeah, but like not a Metroid game. That's what
well,
I'm-
not. It is now.
Yeah, now it is. So I am very yeah, and so now that this worked out, I'm like, well, I guess anytime if I better keep my wanted list on my game catalog up to date, so that when Nintendo announces something, I know to buy it that day. Like I'm gonna get that day, because otherwise it's gonna shoot up in price.
I mean, if you see it for a decent price, just buy it outright. Too.
F-Zero games.
F-Zero game.
But the thing
I
about
wanna
them is
find
they're already
the
really
F-Zero machine
expensive.
here.
The only
It's
F-Zero
gone.
game
They sold
I-
it.
It's somewhere in Orlando. At
Oh,
least it was the last time I looked into it.
yeah,
I wanna-
in Orlando, but not at Disney.
I want to see if I can find it and play it again.
The only F-Zero game I don't own is X. I've got GX. I've got the original. Well, actually, I don't own the Game Boy Advance.
Are
games
there
either.
5?
Yeah, on the there's one on the Game Boy Advance, and I that only gives 4 though. I don't know what the 5th one would be. I've got I've got the SNES. I've got GX. I don't have Game Boy Advance. I don't have X on N64. I don't know what the 5th one is.
SNES game?
No, that's included. The original. That's the original
Right.
F-Zero.
Because even Mario Kart's first game is in...
On the SNES.
Yeah.
And it's bad.
Oh boy, it's so hard.
Yeah. If you own a Switch and you have NSO, you should give it a shot, because it's bad. Just makes you
Hey,
appreciate how good Mario Kart
I'm
is.
so
today.
glad it invented Mario Kart.
But
And it's got some cool stages. That's about the extent I can give to it.
look,
I-
okay, let's be fair here. It is
I-
not the worst Mario Kart to play.
Yes, it is.
Game Boy.
At least I would rather play the Game Boy. You can turn.
The Game Boy is the same one. It's just-
Kinda.
It's so
It's
much.
got
It's so much
the-
the same one. It's got all the tracks from the SNES.
Yeah, the Game Boy has the most amount of tracks because it has all its new ones plus every track on the SNES.
Which is why it's the worst. Because
that's what
it's
I
just the
hate
SNES,
talking
but on a
about. Like,
smaller screen.
everyone talks about growing up with Mario Kart, and they're all like, "Oh, dude, Mario Kart was so good back in the good old days." But I grew up on SNES Mario Kart, and I'm like, you guys have no freaking idea what you're talking about, because everyone else in this generation is like, grew up on N64 Mario Kart and Double Dash. I was like, no, bro, I played the Super Nintendo one. I hated Mario Kart for the longest time growing up, because that's what I played. It's just garbage. It's garbage. Anyway, sorry, what were we talking about, Scalpers?
The best Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
So point of the story is that if you're a
Reserve
retro
that.
collector, or you see a game in a series comes out that you're really into and you want to play the older games, buy it the day of, because other than that you're going to be paying more on a per day basis.
I mean, if you want a physical, yeah.
Yeah, like if what I'm saying, I was like, if you're a collector or you want the physical version of the game or something.
Got it. Missed that part.
Yeah.
I heard play it.
Okay, so moving on from also Scalper's bad. Ending note: Scalper's bad.
Cowper's
Ooh.
bad.
So last point before Collector's Corner, Pokemon Unite got a new video on YouTube, and it is coming next month in July.
Pokemon Unite bad.
I'm also going to mobile in September, but who cares?
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, you don't come here for mobile news. If you haven't gauged that by the Force 43 episodes.
Yeah, mobile news is very sporadic if we bring it up.
It
Yeah.
is,
It's got to be ridiculous, like Big Chungus.
or
Or
it's
most
gotta
po-
be Nintendo.
or like how stupid is it that the Final Fantasy collection is coming to mobile and not
Oh
consoles?
my god.
Pain. I hate. Okay,
Pain.
but on the topic of mobiles, real quick, why are there so many good costumes in Tour?
True.
Because they need people to pay money. That's
Who
easy.
cares?
Yeah.
It's Mario Kart Tour.
I want those costumes in 8 Deluxe though.
It's more likely they do it in the non-existent 9.
Tour is 9.
No, don't tell me that. You're gonna make me sad.
Now we're really gonna be upset. Yeah. Okay, on to Collector's Corner. We skipped
Wait.
this. What?
Hang on. Sorry.
He's thinking we got a while.
Deluxe is 9, and then Tour's 10, so the next one's 11.
No, Mario
don't
Kart
think-
8 Deluxe is not 9 because it's literally 8 re-released.
It's
Fine, it's
It's
8.5. 8.5.
It's 8.5 at best.
Yeah. They added. It's 8 with battle mode, and they shook up all the racer mechanics. Because if you look at the stats between the two games, it's pretty different for
Oh.
cards and stuff. But that doesn't matter if you play it casually.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
so now on to Collector's Corner. We skipped this last week, so coming back. This is the weekly segment where we go around and talk about the games we've been playing and games we've gotten and other general good news, good vibe time. So Cooper, let's start with you.
Alright. I've been playing a lot of Apex recently. I'm currently right now playing Tetris 99, trying to do the event.
You haven't done that yet.
No, I've been playing Apex.
Playing arenas.
True. It's the only thing I get wins in.
He's been playing a lot of Battle Royale. Because you can do the achievements easier.
That's
or whatever.
true.
Battle Pass.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, I
That's-
kind of just been chilling. Oh, sorry.
well, the trade-off is in arenas you can win, in battle royale you get achievements, but you just cry.
Pretty much.
It is pain.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So yeah, I've been playing Faye, now Tetris 99, and mostly Apex. It's been pretty chill.
Well, all right then, Cameron.
Okay, so I literally just bought Persona 4. It is downloading on my laptop right now.
Persona
Since
fan.
since I didn't get to mention this last week, before the move to Orlando, I actually did finish Persona 3 Fez.
Impressive.
So
True.
all it took was, ignoring every responsibility I had leading into literally moving 7 hours from home to do
And
it.
getting told
in
what
time.
you should be doing.
Yeah.
Multiple times, yes, including by myself.
No, I meant with the boss. Let me challenge this boss 30 levels under.
I was only 20. Alex is
Is what?
insulting me.
Shocker.
Shocker.
You probably
I
deserve it.
I recorded Tetris 99's Metopia event last night. that'll be going up on the channel soon. What else? I had my first shift at work today. Well, does it count as a shift if it's? I literally got paid to put clothes on and take a tour around the resort I'm working at.
Hmm.
I mean,
I mean, you
yeah,
got
you got
paid.
paid, so yes, it does count. Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for real.
tomorrow I start my real work, and I'm trying to convince myself on whether or not I want to sleep in like significantly or like get up at a reasonable hour because it's a 2:30 to 11, I think that's right. So that's gonna be a fun day.
Sounds exhausting.
Hmm.
Yeah. Ugh, I also go back to work tomorrow, and I know, like, right now that doesn't really mean much, but still, like, I have to stay in the same room for 8 hours. Don't
Dude,
like
that's
it.
just like school. That's horrible.
Well, at least with,
Oh wait,
like,
not.
I'm
Oh,
getting
sorry.
paid, so it's not just like school.
That's true.
Look,
Whenever I get
I
upset,
will.
I think about getting paid, and it makes it a little better.
Same. Dude, if I had been getting paid to work from home, I think it might have been different, and there's a decent chance I wouldn't be in Orlando right now. But
Also,
this is way better on my mental health, so it's a massive
yeah,
dub.
that's what I was gonna say. But also depression, because you were like mad, like just upset.
True,
Good
About
true,
job.
true, true,
Uh,
true, true.
about what? Just moving?
No, no, no. Work.
Oh,
work.
The
yeah.
like, did that like corporate jobs are soul draining
Mm-hmm.
already, but like they're even more so when you're, making $15 an hour, but losing 12 hours per day.
And not only that, like gas prices starting to rise. Like, oh man, it just all went downhill.
Yeah. Um. Okay, Alex.
All right. Let's see. This week I've played Tetris 99. I had to for the event. I had to do it twice though because the switches were out of sync. So I played it on the family switch. But if I had kept the save data to the cloud, then it would have removed the last three events.
Mm.
Hey,
Um,
is Tetris not auto updating for
it
you?
is now, but it wasn't then. So I
I
just finished doing
see.
it for the second time. I played a decent amount of Apex Legends in the last 2 weeks. When did I played a little bit of Final Fantasy VII Remake, just cause. I got Final Fantasy 15 downloaded from physical.
Oh yeah.
It took forever. The Age of Calamity DLC downloaded, which is cool. I haven't gotten to look at it though. I probably can't do it because I haven't beaten Age of Calamity because
Dang.
it lags
Yeah, because it plays bad.
really bad. Yeah. And while we were at Disney, we went and played mini golf.
Oh, that is true.
Who won?
I lost. Mom did.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Mom got like a 45.
I have no idea how good that is in context, but
The
Par
par
on
was like
all
52.
18.
oh wow. Okay, so she won under par.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Everybody else, I think, was above par.
Yeah.
Cooper hit the ball really far into the water.
Sounds.
Yeah.
I would
That was
expect nothing
pretty
less.
good. That was fun to go get.
And Cooper's the only person I've ever seen play the last hole on a course. This one, when you hit it into the hole, it would collect it, right?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a hole in one. Cooper's got stuck.
It stopped right before the hole, and it was like, bruh, like it's like a big hole, you know, like those penny spinners where it like drops it down a big hole,
Yeah.
kind of like that, and it stopped right at the top before it went down. I was like, dude,
And
Man.
yet Cooper only got 1 over par.
yeah,
So that literally cost him getting par.
Dang.
it was rough.
Shouldn't be so bad, bro.
I know, yeah.
But, I mean, Cooper also hit a ball so hard that it went into the water behind one of the courses. So
Yeah, we didn't.
automatic L.
Yeah, we kind of didn't really count like any penalty shots, so
I mean, it's mini golf.
that's true.
And also, none of y'all have been golfing in a long time. I haven't been golfing since we went with Grant. I don't know when y'all have, besides Cameron.
Golf. That was my first time. I just know it from Wii Sports, and Wii Sports I kind of went big club,
Big club hit.
and then all of a sudden it went flying, and it's like you're in the dark green or whatever. I'm like, huh? I never understood golf.
I
That's
do
golf,
recommend.
not mini golf.
If you literally took 5 seconds to understand what dark green was, it'd be a lot easier.
I do recommend going to the mini golf on Disney property, especially if you get it for free with your park tickets, because it's like $70.
Christ.
Well, it was 70
Well,
for
it was-
5 of us. Be honest,
But-
Cameron.
Okay, but like, how many people are going with like 2 for mini golf?
That's true. And if you have a
So
party of six,
over
sorry.
$10 a person.
If
Yeah.
you have a party of 6, you got to split into 2 groups of 2 or 2 groups of 3, whatever the word is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Like a group of 6 or above.
Well. All right then.
Yeah.
Okay.
about
Gary
you?
gets F off, so I told him he should go while he's down there.
Yes.
Wait, the
Uh,
Grand share?
Oh yeah, me. Got Metroid Fusion in. Very, very proud of that, spending that money. Usually I'm not proud of buying retro games because it's kind of like a guilty, it's like a drug, really.
Yeah, but you
I'm
Oh,
proud
I
of
get that
proud
one
of-
hard.
Proud of that one. I got a new board game in today called Spirit Island that my cousin showed me. It is so much fun. It's like inverse Catan. So in Catan, you're settlers and you try to explore and build civilizations. In Spirit Island, you're on an island and you're spirits, and you have to protect the island from like settlers. People will come in and try to explore and build towns and like ravage the land and stuff, and you are the spirits of the island, and you work together to expel civilization from your island, and so it's co-op, and
Ooh.
it's so much fun. You can make it as easy or as hard as you want. There's 6 different difficulty levels and a lot of things you can add on or take away to make it like easy to teach people, and like as you keep playing over and over again, you want to make it more difficult so you can just up it up. Super modular, super fascinating. It takes a lot of thinking and a lot of teamwork, and it's so much fun, and I can't wait to play it with some friends up here, because I wish I had people in my apartment to play with today. I'm itching to play that game. I got, let's see what else did I get. Anything? Oh yeah, I got Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Because it is on sale at Target right now for $30. I have no idea if it'll be on sale by the time you're listening to this right now. But $30 is a great price for Pikmin 3. So
I highly recommend Pikmin 3. So
I've already played it. I played it on Wii U.
Yeah, I would highly.
There's some new content in it.
That's
Is
why
there?
I was like, I don't want to pay $60 for that. But $30, now you're talking. So I bought that today.
I know it's on sale right now, but hey, Pikmin 4 is the best Pikmin game.
I'll
Not
kill you.
Pikmin 4.
Pikmin 4.
It specifically
Death to the
confirmed that it's
traitor.
not Pikmin 4.
I cry. It should be.
Um, what else? I started Jedi Fallen Order because the next gen update released, so that's my next PS4 or 5 game to beat.
Wait, what game?
Jedi Fallen Order.
That's fair.
That was one of the games I got in the Black Friday bunch I bought last year for the PS5 because it was like $20, and I just never got around to it. But now that there's an update, that kind of makes me want to play it with the new graphics. So that's now that I've beaten Resident Evil 8, I'm moving on to Jedi Fallen Order. And I've also been playing some Super Metroid on NSO because I'm just going through some Metroid stuff to play, get myself back into the story, and keep that hype train going until October. And I think that's it. Yeah. So, all right, on to tidbits. So, Cooper, you have the floor for Faye.
Alright, so we got the Three Houses Summer Banner trailer not too long ago, and within it we got Duo Hilda, Mercedes, Ash, and 4-star Demo Caspar, whatever. I don't care. I only care about Hilda.
Slump.
Not true. Um, and it's pretty cool. It's hard for me because I'm trying not to spend orbs, but like, I don't know, man.
I like that you pronounced Mercedes as Mercedes.
Mercedes.
I'm gonna start saying that to people who own Mercedes and see how upset they get when I call their Mercedes a
Oh,
Mercedes.
man. That's a cool Mercedes.
Yeah, man, sick Mercedes.
Wham!
Man.
They hit you with it.
Yeah, I like Mercedes, but I think Audi is better, personally, for German car companies.
Sorry, and we got
The Japes.
currently Resplendent Calm is out until the 24th, and then he will be replaced by Resplendent Celica. All right, that's about it though.
Okay. So we get to remember for just a moment that Bayonetta 3 exists.
Because Nintendo mentioned it.
But after this podcast, you got to forget again, okay? We're going to forget again.
You can remember for these 5 minutes. The next 5 minutes you're allowed to remember. But if you remember after, we're going to have to come find you.
We're going to have to call what's his face. Who's the guy that said you have to forget Bayonetta 3?
Banned. Oh, sorry, it's not banned. Blocked. Blocked.
To be fair, that is
what's
what
the
he
name
does.
of the guy?
I don't remember. I just know he's like, I've answered this question before. Blocked.
Your mom shouldn't have had you blocked.
He's a jerk.
That was legitimately something he said to one of them though. Someone questioned. I believe the phrasing was, "Are you
Upset
how do you feel about the
it being...
disappointment of creating, or how do you feel about creating the disappointment known as Bayonetta 2?" And he was like, "How does your mom feel knowing she created such a disappointment?" Blocked.
Oof, ouch, owie, my bones. So yeah, Bill Trennan was asked about Bayonetta 3, and he said that
Hideki Kayama.
Hideki Kojima, I think.
Yeah.
Kojima, I think it's Kojima. Anyway, Bill Trennan, he used to do all the Japanese translation work too. I remember those days. Anyway,
I did.
yeah, like you really love Bill Trinan. If you had a Wii U, you loved Bill Trinan.
That's right.
And
He
True.
was in everything
yeah,
with
Bill.
Reggie. Bill, you're fired.
So Bill Trinan said that not only does it exist, but it's progressing well when asked about Bayonetta 3, and also said that to stay tuned, which something's coming relatively soon. So it still exists. It's not canned. It's not starting over or anything. It's fine. It's going well. We're back to that. You can remember that it's going well, and then you have to forget again. Atlas hinted at a collector's edition of Shin Megami Tensei 5 coming to the West when asked about it, and
It looked really cool. With
There's one in
the
Japan,
one in
and
Japan.
someone was like, "Are we getting it in the West?" And they were like, "Stay tuned till
More-
this date."
So they give a date of tomorrow of the recording, so the 21st at 9 a.m. Pacific. So we can't tell you about it as per the usual. We don't know
We'll
the
talk
future.
about it next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
But if you're
Hopefully my schedule works out just a smidge more.
But if you're into Shin Megami Tensei and you're hearing this, keep your eyes and you haven't heard about it before we're telling you, keep your eyes peeled because it might start going up at places and then proceeding to sell out really quickly. So
Because it's a game.
Scalpers will just buy whatever because they're like, if it doesn't sell, I'll just return it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The first wave of Age of Calamity DLC has been released. That's another thing I've been playing the past 2 weeks for Collector's Core. I was forgetting something. Age of Calamity. I've played through several more things of it, and I got reinvigorated about why I'm being so upset about it because it's so good. I think I mentioned this either last week or 2 weeks ago. Like, it's just so good, but it's so badly optimized. It's terrible. Like, how did they release
I wish
this
they'd worked
game
more
in
with
this state?
Nintendo.
How did they sign off on that? Literally, this is not like a releasable state. Seriously, like everything about it is so good, but it runs so bad that I don't understand how they were okay with releasing it like this. Because it keeps it like it automatically makes it like a 5 out of 10 game for me when if it just had like a solid 30 frames per second frame rate. It would be easy 8 or 9. Probably 9.
If you overclock your Switch by homebrewing it, it runs way better.
I'm not gonna do that.
Neither am I, but I'm like, why does... So they have it good. They just should have optimized it better is what you're telling me.
Yes, I can't believe... how did they sign off on that? That should not have been something to sign off on.
There's a lot of things
cool.
that shouldn't be on the Switch. Like, it's so weird.
They could have done it. I've seen Nintendo do harder technical things before.
This wasn't Nintendo. This was
That's the
Kotaku.
problem.
Who's kind of lazy.
Well, Nintendo signed off on
normally
it.
so controlling, though. Like, this was... How hands-off was this? Like,
I think they had a lot of
the
trust.
story?
I think they had a lot of trust in it because they, Kotaku had already done 2 games with Warriors. They had Hyrule Warriors, which had 3 versions. That runs pretty good on the Switch, actually. But I guess that's easy because it was a Wii U game. And they had Fire Emblem Warriors, which runs pretty good. And they helped with 3 houses.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah, like I don't care how trustworthy you are of a company. You have to look at the final product before you sign off on publishing that.
Honestly.
Like they knew it was going to be like that before launch. Like that's the other thing. I'm kind of worried about this life cycle being extended because like if that becomes more of a thing, like that's just bad. That's just not good business.
Yeah.
Just,
I hope that it's games like that I want to pro. It's not really Nintendo's own made games.
No, Nintendo makes their hardware work for them. I mean, Breath of the Wild's engine is kind of heavy on basically everything.
Breath of the Wild pretty much runs the same as Age of Calamity when there's a ton of things on screen. The problem is there's always a tons of things on screen for Age of Calamity because what a Warriors game does. There's always a ton of enemies. Like if you had like 50 enemies in Breath of the Wild, it runs the same kind of garbage. But in Breath of the Wild, that's a rare occurrence. There's
Yeah,
not
I
that
mean,
many
you-
entities.
Yeah, the
In or-
worst spot, and they optimized it kind of as they worked on it. Was
yeah, the trees.
yeah, it's the Great
and-
Deku Tree Forest.
And like one of the plains areas, I think. But like in order to get that kind of thing going in combat, I think you have to have like
You have to do a
multiple
lot
of
of crazy
the
things of
Wizrobe.
your.
Like you need multiple of the Wizrobes going, attacking you. Plus, like you need to have like aggroed them over to a bigger area. Because
Yeah,
they don't normally appear where
Yeah,
there's like a ton
usually
of grass or
in
whatever.
Breath of the Wild, there are areas where it will lag, but if you want it that bad, it's got to be on you, dragging everything somewhere. Or you've like shot yourself
Yeah, I was just
off a
thinking that
cannon
too.
thing, like one of the log.
Like it can't keep up with where you're trying to land.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
got to calculate it as you're in flight.
But that's different. That's not like part of it's part of the game, but it's not like an intended
The thing is,
path.
it's not frequent. It happens,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's not frequent, so it's forgivable. Still a problem, but it's It's not a major part of the game. But at Age of Calamity, it's literally the
It's
game.
literally the game. Yeah.
And so it's I don't know. Like I've forgiven Nintendo for a lot of things that I'm pretty upset about them doing, but this can't continue. Anyway, yeah, so the first wave of this DLC is out. If you don't mind the terrible frame rate, and are interested in it, definitely make sure it's you go check it out.
Alex, did I leave that at home?
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay. I wasn't sure what I did.
Let's see what it has.
Second wave
Oh,
comes out in November, right?
I
I
think so.
believe so. And I think the second wave's the story one, which is usually how they do it. Made adjustments in preparation for DLC. Ooh, in this most recent patch, they addressed several issues to improve the gameplay experience.
When was that patch released?
The 18th.
Okay. Well, check it out after this podcast, or like when you check it out this week. I'm sure you'll do it. Like at least play a little bit. Please come
'cause
back.
the deal-
That's your homework for this week. Is play enough to where you can tell us if it's any better or not.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to see if it feels better. Even if it's a little better, it will be easy to tell because it's so bad.
I mean, you straight up like got motion sick kind of last time, right?
Yeah, because I'd been playing a lot of very smooth experiences, and I can usually deal with frame drops well. But when you're getting in 7 frames
Yeah.
after playing like 30 or 60 very smooth, is like, oh my god, stop. It was bad. It was really, really bad. Like, I was impressed how bad it was. Let's see. Pack 1. Wait, where's like the specifics of Pack 1? Last time they did it, it was like very broken down. You knew what was added.
It's kind of whatever, because I don't feel like most people are gonna get it after how poorly the launch experience was. I still
No,
have,
it's still sold really well.
yeah,
if I
because it's got
remember
Zelda
correctly.
attached to it.
Okay. Scott Cawthon has retired from FNAF and is looking for a successor. So,
Woo!
F in the chat.
Wait, what? He's looking for a successor.
Yes.
That means he's done. That doesn't mean FNAF is done.
Right.
Yeah, I said F in the chat for Scott, not for FNAF. I don't care. FNAF is easily ignorable. It's kind of like the
Yeah.
modern COD games. Like, if you're into it, you're really into it, but if you're not, it's super ignorable.
Especially now. I don't remember the last time I saw FNAF merch.
Yeah.
Hot topic.
GameStop.
Hey, I'm not a goth. I don't go to Hot Topic.
I'm also not 16 anymore.
True.
Cooper, yes, I've seen this. It has no release date though.
Oh, does it not? Wait, hang on.
It's
Their tweet.
exclusive to Switch.
Oh, I think it's
Um,
sometime in 2021. Yeah, coming 2020. Yeah.
GTA Online for PS3 and Xbox 360 will shut down on December 16th of this year. So
Oh,
it begins. Rip to all those OG GTA 5 players from back in the day.
I play GTA all the time. What me and Alex are talking about is a Danganronpa Decadence Collector's Edition for the Switch. It's got some cool stuff.
I like stuff.
True. 4 games in one, apparently. Yeah, right.
It is kind of.
A remix soundtrack, the game, a 10th anniversary poster, a print set, and a collector's box.
Pretty cool, actually. I do kind of like it.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not into Danganronpa, so I don't really care.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's not a bad collector's edition.
Now, if there was
How much
anything-
is it? How much is it?
That's a good question.
We don't know.
Pre-order available soon.
Okay,
Wow.
yeah, I'll make a decision on that when I know the price because I'm super sus of collector's editions.
Yeah.
Some they go crazy on. Some I'm like, yeah, you've hit the right price point for what's
Dude,
in
that
this.
Monkey Ball Collector's Edition, though.
Yeah, you're talking with that collector like $40 for all that stuff.
Yeah,
You're
That.
talking. Now Monster Hunter Rise $100 for some stickers. Capcom suck me, Capcom.
Fire Emblem 1's. What was it $50? I think.
Yeah,
For
it
a
was pretty
$6
cool.
game, yeah.
Yeah.
It just needed a physical, which is what killed it.
Yeah.
They have 1 gig cards.
Yeah, they could have done it, but they didn't.
For real.
And Mario Golf Super Rush releases this Friday.
I will be ordering that to the dorms, I guess.
I don't really know if I like. So I love the idea. Well, okay, so reviews are obviously going to come out or like within the next couple of days.
Oh, for sure.
So what I want to do is I want to take in the reviews and see what's about the story mode because like the co-op
Golf
is
story.
for sure cool. Like I'm cool for that. But yeah, like golf story. Like I love RPG golfing. I'm totally sold on that kind of thing. So if it's really good, like if it's a long story and it's fun,
But if
then
it's
I will totally
tennis
buy it.
where it's 4 hours.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't buy. I try not to buy mini games full price unless I really want it, or it's basically if I really want it. Like Resident Evil 8, I really wanted, and also lucked out that game was super worth the money. It just happened to be a fantastic game.
Mhm.
Yeah, there.
But like Pikmin
Like,
3
there's
Deluxe,
only a
I didn't want to buy it
few-
$60.
Well, you already played it.
I'd already played it. Most Nintendo releases that come to the Switch, unless it's a brand new entry in a series or like not a port or something, I'll buy it full price. Also, because kind of Nintendo games don't go on sale very often.
Yeah, I don't really want to wait 3 years to be able to play a game I want to play now.
And
I'm not that patient.
yeah, Aces was one thing because it was the first good tennis game to come out of Nintendo since I don't know the Wii, the GameCube actually, because the Wii was just a reprint of the GameCube one. So like, and I'm all for Mario Golf. I just don't want to. Like, I'm just not going to play the multiplayer that much. Like, I would like to have it for the times that I would play multiplayer, but unless the RPG story mode is long-ish and good, I don't want to spend $60 on a golf game. Like, I've got plenty of party games, and
Yeah, for real.
Mario Golf isn't going to be the one that the crowd picks. Like, if I go to a crowd of people and I'm like, I've got Mario Kart, I've got Mario Party, I've got Smash, and I've got Mario Golf. Mario Golf will almost certainly never be picked unless I'm with a very specific set of people that have played all those other 3 games to death recently and would rather just try Mario Golf.
They're like us. We would play.
Like, yeah, like we would play Mario Golf, but then again, like
We
know,
would
as
play
much as-
everything there, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like as much like we just don't play multiplayer games together that often. Like we talk together all the time. And like we're always in this chat, sharing things and
But
stuff, but we don't actually
we-
play multiplayer games that frequently.
Unless it's like Splatoon.
Or Apex.
Yeah, Splatoon or Apex or like multiplayer Switch games mostly. So like Splatoon, which hasn't happened in a while, or like the random Smash occurrence every 6 months or whatever. So
Well,
I just
Splatoon 3 will bring it back up. Some.
That's true.
yeah,
Except for,
but
like,
But
Grandma.
Splatoon's kind of an outlier because like I will dedicate a lot of time to shooters. It just happens to be that's the shooter that you guys will also play, so I don't have to worry about finding people to play it with. Because like
That's true.
I've already got more hours on Black Ops Cold War on my PS5. That game easily quadruples or quintuples the amount of hours I have in any other game on that system, just because I like shooters. So Splatoon is obviously in the same boat as that. I will just play online multiplayer shooters all the time.
Sorry, I hate to interrupt, but talking about like games, like going to a party and like being like, all right, I got this game and this game. The game that people will always choose is Wii Sports Resort because I mean, that's the best game ever.
Just Wii Sports in general, yeah.
True,
Um,
everybody loves Wii Sports because it's on the best console.
Not the best console. Bad.
Dang.
Not the time or place, guys.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that. Okay, so finishing topic. The Sakurai Presents on Kazuya, the most upcoming fighter to Smash, is a week from Monday, so the 28th. I'm pretty sure at 9 a.m. Pacific.
I need my schedule to know if I'll actually be able to watch that or not.
It's 9 a.m. Pacific, so 11 a.m. Yeah, I'll be able to watch that, I think.
Mr. Works from home.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we thought it would be fun to have some questions to discuss about this upcoming announcement. So who would we want the last Smash character to be? Who do you think it actually is gonna be? And do you think this is going to be the last Smash character, or is there going to be another surprise or fighter pass or something like that? I definitely think this is probably going to be the end of it. If anything, they'll probably
Almost
do one
definitely.
extra at the end. I just don't think there's enough gas behind it to sell another set of 5 fighters.
No, it's
There's
They
enough.
could get the money for it, but they'd have to like. I think it would have to be a quicker
Oh yeah.
turnaround, which would be harder. I think a couple like surprise fighters though is possible.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I
At
think
ma-
one more extra or maybe 2 more extra at most, but like they had plenty of gas at the end of the first one to do a second pass. Everyone was still super hype about it.
the problem is there's
I'd love it because this is the one time we'll get one this big.
that's true. The problem is unlike Fighter Pass 1, they haven't had a reveal as just
That Barath.
well, not Steve, I guess, but like
Yes, sir.
they haven't like all of the reveals have been within a Nintendo space. There hasn't been anything like Joker to push the past mainstream more so. Like yeah,
What?
Steve
Persona's not mainstream.
no, but it was at Game Awards. So it wasn't just Nintendo people watching.
Well, I mean, Sephiroth was at Game Awards, wasn't he?
Cameron, I think you're losing your mind.
That's completely possible. I'm not saying Persona is mainstream. I'm saying that Joker's reveal was arguably to the biggest audience.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Most
yeah, Steve broke Twitter, but that was still to Nintendo people first.
Mhm. Yeah, it kind of gets you though, because like a lot of the fighters in this pass have been leaked and all, in a way, one way or another.
Um, so who do I want it to be?
Yeah.
Master Chief. I think.
Okay.
That's like some people find that stupid, and I can kind of see where they're coming from on that. But he's a gaming icon. Um, he. I don't think. Well, he hasn't been on a Nintendo platform,
Yeah.
so that's the
He
problem.
is not.
But well,
I can make you-
this isn't who I'm gonna think it is. It's not who I think
It's
it's
who
gonna
you
be.
want.
It's who I want. Master Chief. He's a gaming icon. Xbox and Nintendo are really good friends right now, and like,
I can make
it's
you a little
huge.
upset.
What?
24 hours before Kazuya was announced, every single leaker was saying it was going to be Master Chief.
Yeah, I didn't buy that for a second. Like, it hasn't been on a Nintendo console. Like, I just, like, I want it. I knew it wasn't gonna happen, and I know it's probably still not gonna happen unless for some reason they're like, "Hey, Master Chief Collection coming to Switch" or whatever.
Right.
Um,
Who do you think it will be?
who do I think it will be? This doesn't cover either of the questions, and we talked about this before. Like, I don't want it to be Scorpion or Sub-Zero, but I think it would be cool to have all of the other big fighting games in Smash. I think that'd be
Kinda
cool.
where
To have, like, a
I'm-
good
That's fair.
collection.
I don't want it to be. I don't think it will be. I just think it would be kind of cool, like an
Yeah.
extra
Oh, yeah.
character.
But the problem is that one isn't really. Isn't it like
It is.
either
They're all in.
poorly selling or like just not really? But what's
11
the
might have
issue with it in
sold poorly.
Japan? What's the issue with it in Japan though?
I have no
I
idea.
brought that up before.
No clue. No clue.
I thought
I
that
think
was
we've talked
you.
about it. If I knew it, I don't remember.
Honestly, I think there's so many options that I don't know who I think it's gonna be. I totally forgot that Tekken was a thing. Like, oh yeah, Tekken could come. Like,
Oh yeah, Tekken Amiibo. Let's go.
I don't know, like, what game series is there that we haven't covered?
Chibi
That-
Robo.
I wouldn't be upset about that.
Sorry.
You would be upset.
I wouldn't be upset about that.
Oh, yeah, no. Chibi Robo will be sick, dude. I doubt it. But the one I really want, can I go ahead and
Yeah, go ahead.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. The one I really want is Bandana Waddle Dee. I've been hoping for him since like Brawl, because he's the only one missing. Like out of the main four of the Kirby series.
It's
Frickin'
time.
Waddle Dee.
It's time for a
Yeah.
new Waddle Dee Amiibo, boys.
Okay.
It'd be
I-
so hype.
I don't want that, but I can see it.
And
That'd
who do you
be
think it will
adorable.
be, Cooper?
I think since I really think it's gonna be a first party, honestly. Like Alex kind of explained it to me why.
Don't
Like-
take mine. I'm gonna fight you.
No, I won't. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Bandana Waddle Dee.
You're gonna
Because
say
You're
it's
what?
going to
You're
wait.
what? And
You
think.
wait.
I want him, and I think it's gonna be him. That's how confident I am.
Ooh. Here's a spicy one for you. So,
Oh,
big send off to Smash, right? Plus
Master
Breath
Hand.
of the Wild 2 coming out. Either a Blight Ganon or like a Moblin or a Bokoblin.
that
That-
could work because
Same level as Plant Gang. Rise up. And
I'd be kind of disappointed.
I would love being like a Breath of the
that'd
Wild
be
Moblin.
hilarious.
Or like a Blight Ganon, I think would be pretty cool. But like, or like, what if you could be a Guardian? That's really obtuse, right? If you could be a Guardian,
That'd be kind of sick.
I don't think. Well, they don't actually plan. Okay. Yeah, no, that'd be hilarious.
Um, and that'd be like a huge way to be like, hey, Breath of the Wild 2's coming out. Like, so you got the Smash community hype for Breath of the Wild 2, and you bring in like arguably one of the coolest pieces of recent Zelda lore into Smash.
We have it.
What?
Link.
No,
That's not the same thing.
like a recent piece of Zelda lore
I mean,
that's like Guardians are sick. Like the new Link is in there, yeah, but like it's just a skin. Like
I mean, kind of, but they
Hmm.
changed his stuff to be Breath of the Wild.
the
it's
only
just,
reason
like all of
in
his
a
stuff
way.
is skinned, yeah. But I'm
the
saying
only
like,
They changed his bombs to time bombs, which is cool.
cool, I guess.
the only reason I don't think we're gonna get the Guardian, as cool as that would actually be, that would sound pretty cool, is because of the Mii Fighter costume.
Oh yeah.
But then again, Crom.
Was a Meek fighter costume in 4, not the same game.
Oh, well,
Okay.
yeah,
Um,
dang.
who do I want it to be? That's a tough one. There's a lot of characters I want it to be.
Bro, you want it to be Brittany from Pikmin 3?
I know mine if you need to wait, if you need time to think.
Yeah, anytime.
Alright. So who do I want it to be? It's Sora. That's who I want. It's not possible, but it's who I want.
It'd be really cool.
I don't know if it's
I
not
always want.
possible.
Okay, if it happens, the internet's gonna go crazy.
The internet will implode. If it
Yeah.
exploded when Steve was announced, it'll actually implode when Sora's announced.
If he was announced. Who do I think it will be? I actually think it will be. It's gonna be a Nintendo first party, because I feel like if it was third party, they would have announced it at E3. I don't think they would keep it a secret, because they would want the biggest audience viewing it. So I actually think it will be someone that Sakurai's considered before. And the two I think from that list that are the most possible, he considered this one for Brawl, he considered Toon Zelda. I'm pretty sure he means Tetra, but the one in the
Same
files is
thing.
called, yeah. Which would be pretty cool. I would actually be pretty excited, especially
Maybe
since it would
Toon
be
Zelda, but with the Tetra skin.
That'd be cool.
You get one of the Toon Zelda skins could be Tetra.
I feel like Tetra would give them more to do though than Toon Zelda, but I don't know. They're both in Hyrule Warriors, so like with different moves.
Goku.
But the other one, and I think it would be kind of funny. So back in the Melee days, Sakurai considered Ayumi Tachibana from Famicom Detective Club. And the only reason he didn't put her like he wanted to was in an email that got leaked was essentially they already had 2 Japan exclusive characters in Melee, Marth and Roy, and they didn't want to put another one.
So what you're saying is, now that it's not Japan only,
Right. I think
that
it would be just
some big brain foresight right there.
Yeah, honestly, I just don't know. I'm really bad at guessing.
I
these
don't
things.
think it would be
Like, it's-
excited, but I think it would be kind of
It's
funny.
so freaking difficult to. It's almost definitely going to be a first party. I agree with Alex on that. I just there's so many characters I want.
Quick question: what's their due date for the final character? Is there one?
December 2021.
The end of the
Yeah.
year.
They could do a Game Awards, I think.
That's
I don't
really pushing it.
That's,
But
yeah,
yeah.
that's far away.
I don't know if they. push it that hard. Who do I?
Hmm. I just thought it'd be kind of interesting if he already had the moveset design and they used a remake as a way to be like, see, the audience now knows who she is.
Yeah, that'd be big brain.
It'd just be kind of funny to me.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I have no clue which game I want or which character I want because there's just a lot.
yeah, it's hard to choose.
Just name a few, I guess.
Laura Croft.
Lara Croft's a good one.
Has she been on a
Sora.
Nintendo platform?
Yeah, she's been on it like 3 or 4 times. A lot of Wii exclusive games.
Ah. Okay. Um. Hmm. Yeah, I got nothing.
That's hard to guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay then. I guess that's gonna wrap the show up for us this week. We appreciate you so much for listening. Please share us with a friend. Comment on the YouTube version. Let us know what Smash character you want for the final piece of the second Fighter Pass. We hope that you are able to secure a Metroid Dread Special Edition if you want it, because it seems like that's pretty much all but gone now. There might be a couple other random things, pop-ups here and there, but yeah, we thank you so much for listening. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/StormwindGames. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.